Extreme weather and natural disasters are some of the most incredible yet terrifying moments our planet has to offer. Thanks to security cameras, we can witness many of these moments for ourselves as they occurred in real time. From a tsunami wave captured on the CCTV cameras at an airport in Japan, to the shocking moment a school was completely flooded after experiencing nearly 7 inches of rain in just 1 hour, here are 5 more weather moments that were caught on security cameras. Wind is one of the most underrated weather phenomena in the world. A strong windstorm has the ability to knock out power to an entire city, bring down trees, and even damage buildings. Even if we can classify it into different categories according to its strength and the direction from which it blows, it matters little when you are met with it head-on, as was the case for this man in New York State. On May 27, 2021, a powerful thunderstorm rolled through the state. Video captured from a homeowner's back deck shows the moment gusts of wind blew down trees and sent debris flying. If you noticed in the video, one of the trees only came within a few feet of destroying his entire back deck. What's most frightening is how abruptly the wind came. At the start of the video, everything seems rather calm, but that all changed in a moment's notice, leading to severe damage. If you ever find yourself outside in a storm like this, let this be your reminder to seek shelter and wait out the storm, because you never know what might happen. Tsunamis are probably the most terrifying and destructive force of nature. They are rare, meaning many people are not prepared to face one and are completely caught off guard when one occurs. Japan is a country that has dealt with this many times throughout its history, most notably back in 2011. On March 11th of that year, the country was rocked by one of the worst natural events in our lifetime. It all began with a massive 9.0 to 9.1 earthquake off the coast of the Pacific Ocean, the most powerful ever recorded in Japan. Residents over the city of Sendai are reported to have only had 8 minutes of warning that a tsunami was imminent. And it is here at the Sendai International Airport where this video was captured. The footage shows the exact moment the tsunami made its way across the runway. In only a matter of minutes, the entire area looked like it was in the middle of the ocean. Could you imagine being at the airport and seeing this? This tsunami immediately became one for the record books. The event captured international attention for months after, with various countries offering aid and support. Hundreds of thousands of buildings were destroyed, and a nuclear power plant even suffered a meltdown of 3 of its reactors. The total costs estimated with this event surpassed $230 billion. Whether you live in America, Europe, Asia, or anywhere in between, there is one phenomenon none of us are safe from: floods. Back in August of 2021, the state of Indiana dealt with a freak storm that dumped 7 inches of rain across various areas in as little as only 1 hour. It was something many who live there had never experienced before. The Northeast Dubois Intermediate School was one place heavily impacted by the rain. Security camera footage released by the district shows just how quickly the building became inundated with water, sweeping away desks, books, and furniture. The most terrifying scene, without a doubt, is the moment when a massive rush of water bursts into the basement of the school, flooding it up to the ceiling before going on to fill the hallways and classrooms. The floods were a complete shock to the school, and the level of destruction was devastating. The school later said that many areas, including the gymnasium, would not be usable for at least a year, maybe more. Immediately, engineers and architects were brought in to begin working on repairs, and students were allowed back to some of the classrooms a few weeks later. Due to when the flood occurred, there was nobody inside the school at the time, and therefore, no injuries reported. For as beautiful as nature is, it can equally be a terrifying and destructive force, which should be plenty evident by now. Tornadoes are one such event that seem to inspire awe in people, despite the great danger that they pose. Back on January 11th of 2020, security cameras at the North Central High School in Kershaw County captured the shocking moment a tornado came in contact with the building, devastating it within a matter of minutes. Thankfully, it occurred when nobody was there, so no injuries of any kind were reported. Footage of the front desk as well as the hallway gives you an idea of the level of destruction. The footage recorded show an office being completely destroyed after the powerful winds of the tornado shattered its roof, windows, and the furniture that made it up. But that was just the beginning. The tornado ripped its way through every corner of the school, ripping posters and sheets off the walls and destroying much of the infrastructure, leaving the whole place in shambles. According to the school superintendent, it is estimated that up to 75% of the school was impacted by the twister, making this situation a true tragedy. Luckily, the community soon came together to rebuild. As of March of 2022, it seems that construction is still well underway, though there isn't a concrete end date in sight. Despite all the hardships, at least nobody was injured in this once-in-a-lifetime event. Airports should be a place of peace and rest, where anxious travelers preparing to embark on an adventure, take a business trip, or meet a loved one can feel safe. Unfortunately, none of us can choose when and where we will become victims of a natural disaster, as happened to this group of people at Clark International Airport in the Philippines. On April 22, 2019, a devastating magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck the country. Security camera footage from inside the airport shows the moment it occurred, shaking the foundation and even knocking down some of the ceiling tiles. It's a pretty surreal sight, and one I hope no one watching this video ever has to experience. As quickly as it came, it ended, and people were able to come out from hiding. As far as we can tell, nobody at the airport suffered major injuries, but I'm sure many were frightened. The best thing to do in a situation like this is to remain calm and seek some sort of shelter from falling debris. There were a total of 52 aftershocks recorded and some severe damage in other parts of the country. Operations at the airport were suspended for 24 hours to fix any damages, but resumed shortly after. Landslides often occur in remote areas, but that is not always the case. Back on August 10, 2021, in the Chinese city of Gongyi, security cameras captured the terrifying moment a landslide collapsed a cave right next to a building. The video begins with some soil breaking loose and some stones falling. A few moments later, the entire side of the hill gave way, sending dust and debris into the sky and completely covering the camera. According to a villager named Zhang, the collapse could be linked to the rain that lashed the area for days prior. The cave itself was made of mud, so a collapse was pretty much guaranteed at some point. In many countries around the world, heavy rain can be a serious cause for concern. It's one of the main factors that cause landslides, which impact thousands of people each year. Thankfully, those in this video knew something was imminent and evacuated. So, there were no injuries of any kind reported. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, then be sure to click the link on screen now. With that said, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.